It started with a distant hum, barely audible, like a mosquito in a sealed room. Soldiers crouched low in a trench near Bakhmut, eyes scanning the sky as the sound grew louder. One of them pointed up. "There!" he shouted. Too late. The FPV drone dove sharply and exploded on impact, just meters from their position. That moment wasn't unique. It was a scene replayed hundreds of times every day across the scarred landscape of Ukraine. Welcome to the first war where drones, not just tanks, jets, or artillery, would define the tempo, the tactics, and the terror of modern combat. This isn't a documentary. This is a battlefield where $300 quadcopters are taking out $3 million tanks, where night skies are haunted by bombers named after witches, and where the rules of war are being rewritten, and by pilots who don't even leave the trench. Let's walk the front line together and meet the machines that rule it. The morning fog hung low over the treetops near the Dnipro River as a Ukrainian infantry unit prepared for a silent advance. But before they moved, a soldier, call sign Crow, pulled out a compact black case. Within minutes, a DJI Mavic 3 was airborne, buzzing above the canopy like a lazy insect. Its camera swept over a nearby ridge. 2 foxholes, fresh footprints, Crow radioed. A few taps later, coordinates were sent to a mortar team. 30 seconds later, impact. These drones are the eyes of the war. Commercial platforms like DJI Mavics, Autel Evos, and Parrot Anaphis, originally made for YouTubers and real estate agents, are now battlefield essentials. Quiet, quick, and almost disposable. With thermal imaging, zoom lenses, and real-time feeds, they've turned even basic artillery units into precise, lethal tools. The Scout no longer risks his neck crawling through brush. He flies. They call them kamikaze drones, but they aren't built in defense factories. Most of them are made in garages. In a concrete bunker near Kharkiv, a young volunteer, barely 22, straps a grenade to the undercarriage of a sleek FPV drone. It looks like a toy, built from carbon fiber, GoPro cameras, and racing motors. But this toy can rip through the front grille of a BMP at 100 kilometers per hour. The pilot slides on goggles. Through his eyes, we see what he sees: a grainy, fast-moving view of trenches and trees. He dips low, weaving past wreckage. A Russian tank looms into view. He pushes forward. Impact. These drones, flown in first-person view, are the most feared invention on today's battlefield. Guided manually by adrenaline-fueled operators, they strike with near-perfect accuracy. No warning, no escape. Cost, about $400. Effect, priceless. They call her Baba Yaga, the Slavic witch who flies in the dark. In modern Ukraine, Baba Yaga is a drone, a heavy quadcopter modified to carry 10 kilograms of death. Soldiers hear her coming long before they see her, a low growl echoing over trenches at 3 a.m., and then the impact. Precision-dropped grenades, sometimes thermobarics, sometimes cluster shells, but always accurate. Another drone, named Vampire, performs surgical strikes on trench systems. Flying high, it circles patiently, then drops VOG grenades with clinical precision. These drones don't explode on contact, they linger, they haunt, and they send a message. Even bunkers aren't safe anymore. Fixed-wing kamikaze drones aren't flashy. They don't race or hover. They glide, and they kill from afar. From an abandoned airstrip, a team assembles a Ram 2, Ukraine's loitering munition drone. Its mission, locate and destroy a radar installation 20 kilometers behind enemy lines. In Russia, the Lancet drone does the same. Its footage often posted online, showing it silently descending onto howitzers, trucks, and command centers. These aren't toys. These are smart missiles with wings. Launched once, never recovered, but for every drone launched, a countermeasure is waiting. Near Kupiansk, a Ukrainian crew deploys the Bukovel AD, an electronic warfare system that scans for drone signals and scrambles them. Moments later, a drone spirals out of the sky like a dying insect. In Russian positions, jammers like the Psylocke create GPS dead zones, confusing navigation systems. There's even a new breed of drone, the anti-drone drone, equipped with nets, EMP blasts, or jamming pods. They're like hawks hunting pigeons. The war above is no longer just about flying. It's about surviving in the electromagnetic jungle. In a ravine near Donetsk, a soldier bleeds out, pinned down by sniper fire. There's no way in, no way out. Then, a faint buzzing. From behind the ridge, a DJI Matrice appears, carrying a red package. Inside, blood-staunching agents, bandages, and morphine. The Matrice 300 RTK isn't a weapon, it's a savior. Rugged, GPS locked, and capable of navigating by night, it can fly into places where even medics won't risk going. In other parts of the front, quadcopters drop ammo, food, radios, and even cigarettes. Logistics drones are the silent backbone of this war. They don't kill, but without them, many more would die. Then there are the Frankensteins, massive octocopters built from gasoline motors and bicycle parts, drone buggies with tank treads and machine guns, VTOL drones with 15 kilograms of C4 inside. They're loud, clunky, and terrifying. Some crash, some don't, but all of them prove one thing: the imagination of warfighters has no limits. If it can fly and carry weight, someone will find a way to weaponize it. What we're witnessing isn't just a new kind of war, it's a new philosophy. In past wars, the most powerful weapon was the one that cost the most. Today it might be a $300 drone with a GoPro and a grenade. Drones have democratized destruction, they've leveled the field between high-tech militaries and insurgent volunteers. They've taken war from the skies of billion-dollar bombers to the hands of kids with soldering irons. And in Ukraine, they're writing the next chapter in the history of warfare, one propeller at a time.